Well, hello folks, this is Fat Guy Flies RC, and this is the 70mm FREEWING T-1 Red Hawk. Let's take her out in the field and have some fun. The video you're going to see me fly was actually shot several days ago. This is my first chance to get back to the man cave and do a follow-up and do the introduction. So let's take it to the field and let's watch the footage. Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, we're going to take up the 70mm Bay Hawk from FREEWING. Got a KM model afterburn there. Timer set for 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Flying them high rates. We'll go over everything back in the man cave. Right, left, up, down, right, left. Got the tank on, the gas tank. Get on my center line there. Alright.
Take off flaps.
Reset my timer for 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Checker's in my pocket. Alright. Here we go.
Gear up. Flaps up. Time remaining 4 minutes.
About half throttle right here. More than enough power to do the inverted ends outside loop. All right, let me bring it by. Drop the gear as we come by.
Time remaining. Gear down.
Gear coming down. All right. Touch and go.
Landing flaps.
Touch and go there.
Time remaining 2 minutes. Landing flaps. Braking. Brakes off.
Okay. Still got a minute and a half.
Flaps up.
They're all down. It ain't raining. I know. So if it ain't raining, it won't matter. Right, I understand. Even when you got the cover, you don't really need them.
Take off flaps.
Here we go.
Gear up. Flaps up. Landing flaps.
Well, he's replacing the ones on the end.
1 minute.
Just see how low I can fly it.
Flaps up. Gear down.
Yeah.
Landing flaps. Brakes. Brakes off. Flaps up.
I love the light package on this little 70.
20 seconds. Brakes. Brakes off. Motor off.
All right, still had 17 seconds left. So basically, we were 2 seconds shy of a full flight time of four minutes. So 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Way that math works. Check our battery. Gotta unplug the KM model afterburner. Thank you, KM models. Okay. 47%, so that's fine and dandy right there. All right, folks. That is a 70mm Bayhawk from FREEWING. Has a reverse thrust, got lights, flaps, attitude. Meet you back in the man cave. We'll go over the flight, my rates, and everything I fly in. God bless y'all. God is good. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and Bayhawks. Bye-bye. All right, we're back. I hope you enjoyed the flight as much as I enjoyed flying it. I'll be honest, watching it's more fun to fly. But we flew with the tank on right there. Just to share a few things about the plane. Number one, CG. I apologize I don't have it off the top of my head. But to show you CG real quick while we're on it, if you look at this line of tape right here, you'll see a little triangular area. Let me just get closer where you can actually see what I'm talking about. There's like a little triangle area of foam that comes up on both sides. That black dot is where I have put a little dot to give me a point of reference to when I check CG at the field. And always check your CG. I mean, I know you wear the same batteries and everything. Just put your just check. It only takes, how long is this taking? Just a few seconds, okay? Just starting to kind of favor nose heavy, and that's fine. That's fine. Let's put the gear up.
Gear down. Gear up.
Okay. Let's check it again, just for giggles, okay? And you'll see that she's now pretty level. So slightly nose heavy is fine, and level without, I mean, if you want to move the battery back, you could, but honestly, y'all saw, she flies great just like that. So let me just show you where I get that CG at. If you look inside, you got the blue box there, okay? Then you got some space. Well, if you, about 4 fingers, or 3 fingers, well, right in there, as you can see. And that's where I start the 4000. And I actually got it marked on the side. And there's the foam there, and there's a little foam shelf where the blue box sits. And then right down, there's about 1 inch of space between the wood floor and that bottom styrofoam shelf. Now, something that I did to make it to where I can have my receiver there where I can easily see it, I cut some out there underneath the pilot's hands there, and that way I can put my screen down. And if you kind of look between here, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it or not. You look right between the pilot's hand, you see like silver stuff, that's the tape right there. Okay, and that's where I can see the receiver, and it gives just enough room to where there aren't any problem with the connections there. So that's where I like to put that. Let me go over the rating. That's a 7-channel Lemon RX. Okay, of course that is the beautiful KM model afterburner there. Let's talk about our rates here. All right, hopefully you can still see. All right, good. You can see the wings and the flaps. Let's talk about our flap settings. All right, I got on my D switch. There is some mix. flaps up on Spectrum are a negative 100%. Takeoff flaps are a negative 80%. Okay. And then landing flaps are 0%. Okay, now let's talk about the mix. Okay, the takeoff flaps at negative 80 have a 5% down elevator mix, and landing at 0% have a 15% down elevator mix. So if you'll concentrate real close, look right here and you can see that flap or the elevator move just ever so slightly. It doesn't take much in jets. Okay, so that's the flap mix. And she seems to work, it works really, really well. All right, the rates that I fly, and I flew at my high rates the entire time. My high rates on my aileron are 90% with 30% expo. The elevator, 100% with 30% expo. And then my rudder is also 100% with 30% expo. And back to the flaps, they were on a 2-second deployment. All right. I will be honest with you, flying this little EDF, this is about one of the best 70s that you can possibly get out there. With the tank on or off, I don't really notice all that much. Maybe a little bit, a little squirrely when you got a strong cross breeze or something, but for the most part, I really don't notice enough flying with or without the tank. And so in order just to keep up with this thing, I just soon keep the tank on. And it has a 2-part connection here and here, and it just slides in there. You find your little, kind of have to feel for it. And well, goodness, I went and took it off, and then you slide and push it back into place. You do have 2 large cheaters here on either side of that tank. But other than that, the reverse thrust, as you saw, is pretty darned effective. You have to glue on your some bits and bobs here. Now, the antenna normally would come out longer, but I broke the tip off. So, just to let you know, actually, I was handling the plane. I picked it up and was moving around against my shirt and snapped it right off. You got the one pilot in there. Be careful with your latch, your battery latch. This doesn't come out that far. Make sure you've got a good solid connection, and that pin is all the way, because I've had my hatch come off before. Nice trailing link suspension gear, and like I say, in the see, I barely hit it. In the retract world, that's almost instant. Okay, nice trailing link. It's good, strong gear. Got metal trunnions in there. I really can't. Like I said, this is a great little plane. It's a great 70. She's a good trainer bird, intermediate level, just a good flyer all the way around. I can find no real fault in her. She's got a nice price to her. I want to say she's a little over $300 now with the new price increases. The only thing I've modded is, of course, she got lights and she got nav lights. The only thing I've done is I give her the clear coat of Minwax polyacrylic, the polyacrylic, not the oil base. And I've given her the KM model afterburner. Other than that, she's stock, bone stock. Great flying. The red color really shows up really well. I did a couple of passes towards the end, and she just really just looks so good in the air. So locked in. I know it's an overused phrase, but just a good flying plane. Solid 70. If you've got a couple of 64s underneath your belt, this will be the perfect first 70 if you want to, or the Yak 130. Either one of them will be great for your first 70. And if you're looking for a scale warbird jet. So there you go. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. This is Fat Guy Flies RC, and saying God bless each and every one of my YouTube family. Y'all are great. Y'all are absolutely awesome tuning in to see what this fat guy is all about. God is good. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends. And then T-1 Bayhawks from FREEWING 70mm. Bye, y'all.